have any indication, Chair, if the Secretariat is having any challenges so that we save on time? I see Honorable Senator for Nairobi is about to ask for a translation. That is a song. Again, we were unable to put it into any translation. But perhaps the committee can be guided by an expert. But I'll also ask the Governor to briefly comment on that video. Honorable Governor, in that video, do you recognize the day that was?
That is the very day before the impeachment debate.
So you're saying before the impeachment proceedings?
Yes.
What time of the morning did that video start circulating, to the best of your knowledge?
It was around 8 in the morning.
Around 8 in the morning. And the MCAs are chanting a particular song.
Chair, those are leading questions. The council can ask the witness what time of did these events happen. But when he asks what time of the morning, he has already given the answer to the witness that it was in the morning. So council is testifying from the morning.
The reason why I said morning.
That objection is upheld.
Most obliged.
You're a lawyer trained to ask questions, isn't it?
Thank you, Chair. Only that the event of the impeachment was set to take place at 10 a.m. and she said before the impeachment proceedings. That means before 10. But nevertheless, Honorable Mwangaza, what time of the day were those MCAs singing that song?
It was very early in the morning, around 8 a.m.
Around 8 a.m.
Yes.
Before the impeachment proceedings?
Yes.
And are you able to understand the words in your local dialect, what they are saying?
I'm able to understand.
What are they saying?
That is the Meru traditional or songs that were meant to bury or to curse someone. And that's why they were dressed in white and black, led to bury the same day.
So they are saying they are going to bury you.
Yes.
They have also made certain references to other people. Are you able to tell which other person is being made reference to?
Yes, my husband.
What are they saying about your husband?
They have never seen a woman that is meant to cry by the husband.
Thank you. Can we now play the next video, that is B? Can we lastly play D? Can we lastly play video D? what is that song speaking to?
Speaking about kaende kaende, meaning that they will have to move forward and not backward.
Thank you. C, finally. Can we have C? One would be forgiven that the MCAs are in a church. Can you confirm where the MCAs are when they are singing?
In the County Assembly of Meru.
They are inside the County Assembly of Meru?
Yes,
And that was the same day when they were set to impeach you?
it is the same day.
What song is being played inside the County Assembly?
That's a Kikuyu song, praising God, and then saying that after victory, the name of the Lord shall be praised. So
Thank
they are anticipating for a victory.
You have been a member of parliament for 5 years. Is that behavior parliamentary in nature?
No,
It is not. And did you expect to have a fair hearing before such a tribunal or a committee or a house?
no.
Why do you feel that you do not have had fair hearing before the MCAs in Meru?
Because they had already made a choice.
Thank you. So they had already made a determination on
Yes.
your impeachment motion. Thank you very much. Very briefly, I want to take you through the 6 charges and in a very summary form, give your response to each of them. 1, you have been accused of nepotism and illegal appointments. And to this extent, I want to ask you specifically, are you guilty of nepotism and illegally appointing your husband or spouse
Not
to
guilty.
a county office?
Not guilty.
Did you appoint your husband to a county office?
No.
In what position did you appoint your husband to?
I only appointed him as the ambassador of Hustlers of Meru and then the patron of MYS.
Is that appointment in a county office?
No, it isn't.
What were you intending the first gentleman to do in the appointment that you gave him?
A patron, as we know, or as I believe, is a person who assists, gives aid, support financially, socially, and expected the first gentleman to assist our youth in Meru County.
Specifically on the issue of the Meru Youth Service, was it your intention for the first gentleman to overshadow or take over the mandate of the board?
No,
What would have been the role of the first gentleman in the discharge of his duties towards the Meru Youth Service?
it is to help the young men and women financially and also give them moral support.
So it was for moral support and, where possible, assist them financially.
Yes,
Are you aware of other initiatives by other first ladies or first gentlemen that have similar initiatives?
yes, I'm aware.
You're aware. Were the other previous governors in Meru, rather had the other previous governors in Meru appointed their spouses for similar initiatives?
They did. They had offices, they had vehicles, and everything.
Thank you. Does the first gentleman draw any salary or remuneration from the county government of Meru?
He has never drawn any coin from the county government of Meru.
Thank you. Let us briefly move on to the issue of roadside appointments, and I want to put them together. You have been accused of recruiting workers in Timau, specifically firefighters, and I think this is important that you confirm to the committee. Did you or did you not appoint firefighters at Timau?
I did not.
You did not. But, Honorable Governor, you made pronouncements that were understood to mean that you recruited firefighters in that event, and that evidence was brought before this committee. What did you do at Timau?
At Timau, through my Okorea program, I identified some young men and ladies who will be of great help to Timau area and who understands the geographical area of Timau to assist the county government or even to make calls to our office, that is Okorea office, so that we can liaise with the county government to assist.
So, in a very summary form, what would be the role played by these people you recruited at Timau?
To make calls to our office.
To make calls to your office?
Yes, that
Why?
is the Okorea office.
Why was it necessary for them to make calls, and calls in respect to what assignment?
Because they understand the area.
They understand the area.
Yes.
Was there any particular issue with the fire or firefighting within Timau that called for this intervention?
Yeah, there were several issues.
What kind of issues?
The area, one and no fire engine.
Yes.
They requested the government to intervene.
Yes.
At the same time, they wanted us to assist with people that understands and can bring to our attention what is happening, especially when such events emerge.
So, would you call then those people as a liaison between your office and the community?
Yes, they are.
Has any of those people that were appointed at Timau drawn any salary from the county government?
They haven't.
Have they been given any appointment letters?
Not at all.
Have you forwarded any of their names to the county public service board
Not
for
at all.
recruitment?
No.
Have you instructed any county office to adopt or recruit those people?
No.
The appointment at Kopo again, you were seen appointing watchmen. Why, to begin with, were you at Kopo in the first place? What was the issue?
There was a call by the residents, especially at the market center, where they needed my assistance to get some watchmen. And at the same time, several other issues arose, and I was not alone. We were with the area MCA.
The people you were seen recruiting as watchmen, in what capacity were they supposed to serve? Is it within the county government, or exactly in what capacity? And who was supposed to pay them?
I was supposed to pay them.
You were supposed to pay them?
Yes.
As the governor of Meru, or in what capacity?
As the Okolea program director.
So you were then offering employment in your capacity as a director of Okolea?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm sure later on you'll have an opportunity to talk about that Okolea initiative. You have also been accused of directing the Meru Level 5 hospital to spend at source. Did you at any time do that?
No.
What did you do? You were seen in that rally talking about waivers, talking about spending some cash. What exactly were you after?
I was invited by the committee and the acting chief officer of Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital to pay them a visit. We sat with the committee, that is the board, and afterwards we were to give address on what was deliberated from the meeting.
So there was a deliberation and there was a communication to be made.
Yes.
What was that deliberation about?
One, they wanted to use or to me to assure that they will use the money at source according to the act.
So that was their request?
That was their request.
What other deliberation were you supposed to communicate to the public based on the meeting that had transpired?
They had a list of people that they wanted to waiver the poor.
Is that the same list you communicated to the public?
Yes.
Thank you. Very quickly, again, let's talk about incitement, bullying, and vilification, and this is very key. You have been seen in those videos in an incident where it has been interpreted to mean that you are vilifying the minority chief whip, other leaders, including the Senator of Meru, the Cabinet Secretary Agriculture, MP for Tigania East constituency who is in this building, and the Catholic Church and clergy. So very briefly, I want you to talk about the of minority chief, whip, and other leaders, specifically on the incident that took place at the minority chief's whip's ward. That is Mwenda Ithili. Did you or did you not humiliate and vilify that particular
I did not humiliate Mwenda Ithili.
You did not humiliate him. You were seen asking the member of county assembly to apologize. Why were you asking the member to apologize?
I did not ask the member to apologize. It is the ground or the residents of the area that insisted that the MCA should apologize.
Why would they insist that their member of county assembly apologizes?
Because of the incidents that had occurred previous days.
What incidences are these you're referring to?
The issue at the county assembly of Meru when they walked out while I was giving out my speech.
So the day you were at this word, was it before or after the attempt for you to deliver the address to the assembly?
It was after.
It was after. Let's talk about the Senator of Meru County, Honorable Kadhuri. Have you at any moment tried to vilify the Honorable Senator for Meru County?
No.
Has there been any evidence brought before this committee indicating or rather showing you vilifying or even mentioning the name of this senator?
No.
There has been an issue about you talking about the Cabinet Secretary of Agriculture. Again, has there been any evidence brought before the committee where you are seen talking about the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture?
No.
But then, Governor, I want to take a video that was played here, and it is seen where you are purported to have said certain in Meru, specifically the Senator of Meru and the Cabinet Secretary, were demanding a share of your government, and you made certain utterances. Is correct or not correct?
It is not correct because from the videos that have been played here, there is nowhere that I've mentioned any of the two said leaders.
You mentioned not sharing any bread. You said you are not ready for Musumu. Making reference to?
I was making reference to the MCAs who had already demanded that they want a share to themselves, and then they leave the bigger share to, as we saw from the clips.
So you were making reference to MCAs who had made a request or a demand to have a share of your government.
Yes.
Have you at any time personally made any statements against the member of parliament for Tigania?
No.
You have not. Has the member of parliament ever sought from you an apology or complaint for any form of vilification or humiliation?
No.
Chair, I have heard from one of the members. Thank you for that guidance.
Order. Address plenary from this chair. What are you saying?
Chair, I have had a comment, and it serves me right from the Senator of Meru. I was wondering whether that ought to be responded to.
Comment which day?
Right now, I have had a comment from the Honorable Senator.
No, the only things you can respond to, Council, are things that are brought to your attention through the chair. The chair has not invited
Thank you.
MP for Tigania to address us. until he addresses us is when you respond.
Thank you, Chair, for the guidance. Honorable Governor, you have also been accused of vilifying the Catholic Church, and there was a priest, Father Elias Kinot, who appeared before the committee yesterday and felt particularly offended by your statement and targeted as a person who should be prejudiced. Are you seen anywhere, or is there evidence indicating you vilifying the Catholic Church or even the priest who appeared before this committee yesterday?
No.
Briefly, can you explain to this committee why you had that meeting at Igoji Boys? What was the discussion all about, and why was the diocese involved in that discussion? In a very brief manner.
The issue of Igoji, one, we earned pending bills that thousands of Meru wanted to be paid by the county government.
How much were they demanding from the county government?
7.7 million.
7.7 million. For what purpose were they demanding that?
They claimed that the piece of land belonged to them.
And what did you do about that request for pending bill?
I went ahead to do some investigation to get the real knowledge if the piece of land belongs to Diocese of Meru, and also the residents came to my office and asked for intervention.
When you say residents, what kind of residents and from where?
The leaders from Igoji.
Leaders from Igoji. So were you responding to their request?
I was responding to their request.
Did you at any time cause chaos and accost or assault the priest who appeared before this committee yesterday?
No.
Was any information about his vilification or assault brought before your attention?
No.
Let us move very quickly to the forceful entry into the County Assembly of Meru. Were you invited for that meeting?
I was invited.
Was there any letter cancelling that meeting that was brought to your office?
There was no letter cancelling.
When you entered that premises, were you accompanied by any goons?
Not at all.
And when you entered, which office did you first go to?
I first went to Speaker's office.
And what did you do at the Speaker's office?
I signed the visitor's book.
Was that with the welcome of the Speaker or without his welcome?
It was welcome from the Speaker.
Who ushered you in chambers?
It is the Speaker.
Who welcomed you to deliver your maiden speech?
It is the Speaker.
Who ushered you out of the chambers after the chaotic walkout?
It is the Speaker.
It is the Speaker. We have seen stones being pelted towards you. Was that stone from the County Assembly or outside the County Assembly?
From the County Assembly.
So from your evidence and understanding, who was throwing that stone at you?
The MCS.
The MCS. We move very quickly to the issue of nomination of CECs. I've been accused of not following the law, and you have been accused of misconduct when it comes to nomination of CECs. When you sit for this house, did you come across any MCS were threatening or were making certain about the nomination of your CECs?
They said they will not pass the CECs unless I sit down with them and discuss about word value.
Did you ever present any list of CECs to the County Assembly of Meru?
I did 10 of them.
10 of them. How many were approved?
3.
Very briefly, I want you to talk about some of the members that were rejected, their qualifications, in 2 minutes, kindly. Were they incompetent? What kind of people had you presented for them to be rejected?
One is Dr. Kiambi Adero, who is water engineer with an experience of over 20 years, a PhD holder.
Another one?
Another one is Kariminjeru.
What are the qualifications?
She holds master's degree.
What other person was rejected? We may not go through all of them, but the last one?
The The last one is a young lady who was supposed to be the CEC for youth and sports, and she was also qualified.
Were you given any report as to why those 7 names were rejected?
No.
They never gave you any report?
Yes.
Why did you restructure your government, Honorable Governor?
I thought it was easy for me and good for me to restructure so that at least we can move on with the business or the functions of the government.
Was base of the government not going on?
Minus the 7 CECs, I thought it would be a bit hard. So I decided to reorganize and then assign the 3, those who have been passed, to handle at least 2 dockets each for us to move forward.
I think before the red light goes on, you have been termed as the modern day Hitler, Adolf Hitler, that we need to sacrifice you for the county of Meru to prosper, that you are not seeing eye to eye with any of the elected leaders, that you are a lone ranger, that you are very arrogant. That is the picture that has been painted by the County Assembly of Meru. Is that who you are? Are you that modern day Adolf Hitler? An all-powerful, all-knowing, omnipresent person that does not require any input from any other person? Is that you, Governor Kawira?
It is very unfortunate, and that is the narrative that have been sold by maybe the MCAs or my political competitors, just to show and paint the bad part, which I'm not.
Are you in working terms with any of the elected leaders within Meru?
Yes, I am.
Kindly mention.
You have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Chair. If I could just get 3 more so that I have 5 to conclude that line of examination, kindly. Governor Kawira, are you in any working terms with any of the elected leaders? Meru?
I'm in terms with almost all of them.
Even the members of County Assembly?
Yes, because for the last 2 months, I've been going around with them to take development to their counties, and for more than 26 ones, I've been with the relevant or the area MCAs with me.
What was the purpose of your visit in those wards?
To take development.
Did the MCAs of those respective wards accompany you?
Yes, they did. More than 20.
More than 20.
Yes.
Let's talk about other elected leaders. Which other elected leader are you working with, or are you able to work with within Meru?
The CS Agriculture, the MP Northimenti, the MP Bore, and many other leaders.
Many other leaders.
Yes.
Have you ever sat down with any of these other leaders during the 3 months that you have been in office before the impeachment motion was brought?
I've sat down with all of them after my election.
All of them?
Yes.
Let's talk about your efforts to bring about unity in Meru, if any. What initiatives have you taken? Because obviously, Governor, there is a problem in Meru. First, do you agree there is a problem in Meru?
There is a problem, but not the entire Meru. The problem is between the executive or myself and the MCs.
What efforts have you made to bring peace or create a working environment with other leaders?
I've invited them severally via a letter through the speaker to come and sit down and speak as leaders of Meru. I've invited the members of National Assembly through their chairperson, Honorable Mutunga. I've gone ahead, invited Jorin Cheke to come on board and try to bring us together. I've gone ahead, talked to the Council of Governors through our chair so that we can meet and have a dialogue. I've gone ahead, consulted bishops of Meru so that we can sit down and have a way forward.
Let's talk about the meeting that was chaired by the Council of Governors. What transpired in that meeting? But before we go to what transpired, who was in attendance in that meeting?
The leadership of County Assembly of Meru and myself, and 10 governors.
Specifically, what leadership from Meru County?
The speaker, the deputy speaker, the whip, the minority leader, around 5 of them.
Was the mover of this motion present in that meeting?
Yes,
DMK.
he was present.
Was Honorable Mwenda Ithili present in that meeting?
He was present.
Was Honorable Kawira in that meeting?
He was present.
And the speaker was present?
He was present.
What was the agenda of that meeting, especially from members of County Assembly? What demands were made?
The demands were that I give them or allocate word fund to them. The other demand is that they wanted the first gentleman not to accompany me in any meeting.
Any other demand?
The other one was I had planned to have a rally at Metongo, where the majority leader comes from, and they insisted that I cancel the meeting.
Did you cede to any of those demands?
Yes, I cancelled the meeting for Metongo, which was advertised for 1 week. Number 2, I also talked humbly with the first gentleman, and we agreed that at least he keep off the meetings.
And has the first gentleman heeded to your advice?
Yes.
Has he been in any public meeting ever since?
No.
He has not. Let's talk about the word fund a bit, and that's my last question. Why have you refused to release the word fund to the MCs of Meru?
I have not refused to release the word fund. I met a budget which was from the previous regime, which underallocated not word fund, but 10 million equalization fund to every ward. And I thought it was prudent for us to continue with that one, which MCAs insisted that it was very little because the first governor gave them 25 million, the second governor 20 million. They wondered why I had only to select 10 million.
Did you ever understand how the 20 million and 30 million was passed to the MCAs?
No.
Was there any structure, rather legal framework for the release of amount?
There was no legal framework.
And was your proposal in regard to the demand by MCAs?
My proposal was in my address that we meet and then get a way forward, and also a legal framework on how we shall have the word fund.
Thank you very much, Honorable Governor. I think for now I'll leave it at that. Honorable Chair, I yield the witness to my learned friend for cross-examination.
Dr. Muthoni.
Honorable Kawira, please confirm that the Okolea program is a private charity that you run.
Yes, it is.
You have run this private charity for many years.
More than 10 years.
More than 10 years. I'll be right to tell the Senate the activities of this charity program are a frequent broadcast on Baite TV.
Yes.
Yes. And the main producer, anchor, director, or dominant person in that TV station is your spouse.
No.
Fair enough. Now, your case has kept shifting, and please listen to the shifting before I ask my question. Initially, your case was that you never made the roadside appointments.
Yes.
Then, when we point out you are not contesting the authenticity of the lips, your case shifted to yes, the pronouncements were made, but no letters were issued. Correct or correct?
No appointment letters issued.
Then today afternoon, the case has shifted to yes, the declarations were made. no appointments were issued, but the appointments were actually a Kawira program. My other question will depend. Which answer should the Senate take? Is it that the roadside appointment for the Kawira program, or that they were for county governments but the appointment letters not issued? Which one do we take?
They were for Kawira programs.
Good. They were for the Kawira program.
Yes.
In your affidavit before this Senate, can you point to us a single paragraph where you have said these were appointments for a Kawira program?
There is nowhere here, the document that I have.
This charity you run is your charity, isn't it?
Yes.
You got the gentleman that just testified. Get many letters from Ms. Virginia saying these people were never appointed by the county assembly.
They were never appointed.
Have you placed any letter before this Senate showing these roadside appointments were from the Kawira?
The accusation was the appointment.
Did
by
you
the government
produce,
of
Honorable Kawira, have you produced any evidence? The charity is owned by you. It is you saying the employees were meant for the charity, not the county. Instead of bringing us letters showing these are employees of the charity, you have brought us letters saying they are not employees of the county.
They are not employees of the county because I've not seen any appointment letter concerning
Good.
the people.
Since Kawira is a private charity, would it have any business with the statutory body of the county government of Meru?
There is no statutory body of the county of Meru that is involved with the Kawira program.
Good. Is the Meru Youth Service a statutory body of the county government of Meru?
You are talking about the roadside
Yes.
appointments,
Yes.
which none of the appointment has been taken to Meru Youth Service.
Your declarations, which we don't contest that it was made, didn't you declare your husband a patron of Meru Youth Service?
Yes,
You did.
yes.
But now you say you actually meant it for the Kawira program.
I meant the patron of Meru Youth Service and not an employee of county government of Meru.
Should the Kawira program, in your understanding of governance, be commingled? Should the staffing of the Kawira program be commingled or mixed with the staffing of the Meru Youth Service?
There is no way that it can mingle or be mixed because the position that is in dispute is the patron position.
Good.
Whose responsibility is to give advice and also
So when you appointed this husband of yours to patron, were you appointing him as part of the Kawira program or as...
Order, Council. Council, again, let us remain respectful. You cannot refer to the husband of the governor as this husband of yours. You know the proper English.
Chair, I'm profusely apologetic. English is my third language. I didn't mean any shred of disrespect to the governor, and if she's offended, I'm really sorry.
Since it is your third language, I now direct that you withdraw
Withdrawn, Chair.
and we now want to school you that you are now free to call him the first gentleman, your husband, or your husband,
Chair.
who is the first gentleman.
Chair.
Chair, it is not sufficient for the council to just withdraw. The council should withdraw and apologize.
Chair, I just apologize profusely, and I told the governor I'm sincerely sorry if she's taken offense at the description.
Apology is noted.
So when you appointed the first gentleman as patron of Meru Youth Service, were you doing that as part of Okolea or as governor of Meru County?
It was part of Okolea. That's why I insisted that you will not draw any fund from the county government of Meru.
Wouldn't you then accept, by so doing, you have commingled your private charity with the management of an institution established by law, the law being the Meru Youth Service Act?
No.
Okay. Let's go to Timau. The problem was firefighting, correct?
Yes.
If the citizens have a problem with firefighting and they are addressing it to the governor of Meru, would they expect the governor to deal with the matter in a capacity as governor, or in a capacity within a private charity called Okolea?
The Okolea program has been there for the last 10 years. Even when I was the woman representative for Meru County, the residents or the people of Meru could bring their problems to me while in office, and I also assisted in the capacity of the Okolea program as the director. So they knew very well that I'm able to assist them.
Does the Meru County government have a fire department?
Yes, it has.
Is that department staffed by the County Public Service Board?
It is.
Wouldn't that then be the body statutorily authorized to deal with the problem of firefighting in Timau?
The people employed by the county government of Meru for the firefighting are experts in those areas. Those that we assisted at Timau are the local people that would assist in locating the places where there are problems.
You've just confirmed in your affidavit there is no way you say you made all these appointments as part of Okolea. Did you declare at Timau that you are appointing these people not as governor, but
Yes.
did you declare?
I did not declare.
Good,
I was
you did
getting
not
them
declare.
as the county
Let's go to
government.
Nkobo. There was a request by Honorable Makasi, right?
Yes,
Honorable Makasi is an MCA
yes,
addressing a problem his residents have with the governor of Meru County. When he was making that request to you, was he making it to you as the owner of Okolea, which is your private charity, or he was addressing you as the governor of Meru County?
He was addressing both sides.
Anywhere in the video where he mentions Okolea or in the transcript of that video?
The evidence is clear because when we went ahead and got some people as watchmen, the position of watchmen are not there in the county government of Meru.
My question is simple, Honorable Governor. Is there anywhere in your video or any video in existence anywhere in the world in which Honorable Makasi is addressing this problem to you in your roles in Okolea as opposed to your role as Governor of Meru?
So many videos.
Have you placed them before this Senate?
No.
Let's go to Kianjai. You issued a directive here to ward administrators, right?
Yes.
Are ward administrators also officials of the Okolea program?
The ward administrators are government officials.
But you claim the appointments at Kianjai were also part of the Okolea. Isn't that your position?
Part was Okolea.
So, by directing county officials, specifically ward administrators, to employ people and ensure they're employed when you're speaking as Okolea director, aren't you commingling again your functions as governor and the interests of your private charity?
My ones are very clear from the videos that was played, that what I said to the ward administrators, if there is anyone who is to be employed by the county government, should follow the procedure. Those are my true ones from the videos that were played.
Would I be right to say the county secretary is the head of the county public service?
Yes.
This is an officer subordinate to you in the county hierarchy, isn't it?
Yes.
It is therefore perfectly normal for you to give these officer instructions to respond to official complaints, isn't it?
I'm the accused.
Yes, you're the accused. My question is it within your legitimate powers as governor to issue directions to the county secretary to respond to matters relating to county public service?
Come again?
Do you have power to instruct the county secretary to respond to the complaints about illegal appointments? Because he's the head of the public service. He's answerable to you, isn't he?
He's answerable to me, and he does what is right before the law.
I didn't ask. Let's go to the secretary of the county public service board. This is also an official of the county executive, correct or incorrect?
Correct.
So the governor could again lawfully direct the secretary of that board to respond to complaints about illegal appointments, correct or incorrect?
The secretary, I don't think, is in capacity to respond about the appointment or the roadside appointment. The work of appointment is based to the public service board, which does the employment.
I put it to you, sir, sorry again, Chairman, I'm really sorry. I hope I can be forgiven without any. Honorable Governor, I put it to you that the reason you got Mr. Gatobu to procure all these letters is because the persons lawfully competent to testify on these matters would not commit to testify to them. That is the county secretary and the secretary of the county public service board.
No.
I put it to you, Father, that in the case of the county secretary, the reason you didn't ask him, and you ask a man you can dismiss at will, who is your chief of staff, is because there is an accusation about you illegally reappointing the county secretary. And if he came to testify to these things, he would be exposed as holding an illegal office.
There is no employee of the county government of Meru that I can dismiss anyhow.
Is the Okolea program part of the Meru Level 5 hospital legal structures?
No.
Therefore, if the roadside declarations or directives you gave with regard to the Level 5 hospital was done in the capacity of Okolea, you must again have been commingling your private charity with the official functions as a state officer.
My visit to Meru Level 5 Hospital, I did not do anything concerning Okolea program. It was a visit that I was invited by chief officer and the board.
Let's go to the vilification allegation. Would I be right to say there is no contest between you and the assembly whether you made the utterances in the videos, and that the only point of contest is the meaning to be ascribed to those utterances?
Pardon?
Do you contest the utterances you made at the meeting where Mwandaivile was?
There were no utterances that I made to verify anyone.
Let's forget the vilification for now. I'm asking, the utterances on the video where you're seen speaking, are you contesting you made those utterances?
The utterances that I made was a request from the crowd or the residents.
The question, Honorable Governor, did you or did you not make the utterances? We'll deal with their meanings. As a matter of fact, the chair assured us they even have Kimeru interpreters. So I'm not even interested in the meaning. I'm only interested in, did you make those utterances recorded on the video? Either you did or you didn't. Which will you take?
I repeat again, I made utterances based from the residents of that area, those that demanded their leader, the MCA, to apologize before he goes on to speak.
Chair, so that my time is not wasted in the altercation with the witness, I'm inviting you to note the witness is not answering the specific question I'm asking, which is whether the video is a depiction of utterances she made. The witness is obsessed with the implications of the utterances or their meaning, which is not my question.
Let us try and avoid that condemnation of witness. Maybe because you want to get an answer, try and paraphrase your question. As you said, if a lawyer like you, who is schooled in English, admitted that it is a foreign language, how about her? We don't know her professional background.
Did you ask the crowd at Mwerong Kanga whether the Honorable Idili should apologize?
First, after the residents said that
Please answer my question. You love them. Did you ask the crowd?
Yes, I asked.
Good, you asked. After the first gentleman accused the senator and the MP Tigania East in your presence of sending you certain SMSs as per the video, when you rose to the podium, did you disown the sending of the alleged SMSs?
In meetings that I attend, there are so many speakers, and it is not my duty to go on disowning every speaker's
Your
words.
husband, sorry again, Chair. I'm sorry. Chair, let's take it as a slip of the tongue. The first gentleman accused the Honorable Cabinet Secretary and the Honorable MP for Tigan East of sending you certain SMSs making extortionist demands. When you took to the podium, did you correct those assertions? Either you did or you didn't. Which one will you take?
First gentleman is a grown-up man.
That's not my question.
Order, Madam Governor. You must answer questions the way you've been asked. He did not ask for that storytelling which you are starting. He wants yes or no.
I did not disown.
You did not disown. When the first gentleman told the public rally that the Honorable Mpuri Abori had brought fictitious pending bails for 12 companies, did you, after you took to the podium, correct that misleading information?
No, it wasn't in my agenda.
It wasn't in your agenda.
Yes.
Instead of correcting it, didn't you go to actually affirm his assertions and tell the gathering you don't want a Nusumukate government?
No.
You didn't mention Nusumukate in that video?
The video you are talking about, the Tigania East Member of Parliament, I mentioned nowhere.
I'm talking about the Cabinet Secretary and the Honorable Deputy Speaker. Did you correct the assertions made about them demanding a share in the county public appointments?
No.
You didn't. Don't you think, given the seriousness of these allegations, if you knew, as you must have, that they were lies, as a public leader and leader number one in the county, the first thing you should have done is to dispel the aspersions cast on the two honorable leaders?
But because they were uttered by a different person, I thought it was good for me to talk to him later to understand.
These utterances, for the record, are not uttered by a random person, but by a person you have given some 2 offices in public, isn't it? Correct or incorrect?
Repeat again.
Were these utterances by a random citizen of Meru, or utterances by a person you had appointed as Slash Ambassador and patron of the Meru Youth Service?
By then he was not appointed.
He had not been appointed.
Yes.
Was he the first gentleman at that time?
Yes.
So, don't you think as governor, if the first gentleman makes such serious allegations against other leaders, a responsible governor should take the earliest possible opportunity to clear the air and say that is not correct?
Chair, I think the council should not be asking the governor about somebody who is not here in this court and who is not held accountable in this case.
Before I respond, I have seen the red light from the... Is it an objection or something?
Yes, Chairman. Honorable Chairman, we are constrained to interject because the issues that the governor is being put through, they are special in their nature under the law of evidence, under Section 130. she's being asked questions about her spouse. And we have followed through, and she has answered to the best of her abilities. Now she has been asked to form an opinion about her own spouse in a matter involving criminal implications, whether she's the one who is charged, or it may thereafter follow that the spouse may be followed in other different proceedings in another forum. I think under the law of evidence, under Section 130 of the Evidence Act, Cap 80 of the laws of Kenya, spouses and communications relating to spouses are protected. And also, this will not be a witness who will be compelled to form an opinion, especially of an incriminating nature, against her own spouse. And also to give such evidence, she will also not be allowed without the consent of that spouse. These are a declaratory statute. And two, I did not want to venture into Article 50, Clause 2, Paragraph L, which Honorable Chair had inquired about yesterday, on whether if this client is asked questions that are incriminating to her and she refuses to answer, how will the county assembly team treat her approach to such kind of questions? And we hadn't thought we'll get here. I thought the county assembly team will be a little bit guided, not to require the governor to form an opinion, especially of an untoward nature, against her spouse. That is, Honorable Chair, the protection we are requesting this committee to afford the witness and the governor, and to allow her to exercise the right to a fair hearing under Article 50 on those two parameters that are mentioned. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Council, I think both the Vice Chair and your colleague, they're not asking for too much. We are not sitting here to determine the innocence or otherwise arising from the utterances of the first gentleman. Leave that for another court. The first gentleman is not on trial here. So let us focus.
I'm guided in the interest of time, Chair, and I think you're able to know the interjections.
Council.
I'm directed, I obey that directive, Chair.
Council.
Yes.
Can you relax? We are aware that we have to save your time. You want us to take a shortcut so that an authority on pronouncement finds that what we did here was a sham. The only way that authority will find that it was not a sham is to follow the proceedings and find that they were done procedurally. So kindly enjoy your space, but separate the first gentleman from the governor.
I'm directing, Chair. I don't think we should be detained. I'm entirely in your hands. Let's go to the municipality, the Honorable Governor. Is the Meru Municipal Board a statutory entity?
Yes.
Does our Kawira program have any mandate on functions of the municipal board?
No.
Therefore, if you answer that the committee to manage the tax operators, those who are Kawira appointments, you must still again have been commingling your private charity with a statutory body. Correct or incorrect?
Incorrect.
Let's go back to vilification, Governor. Without conceding that you vilified anyone, would the vilification of other leaders cause a breach or potential breach of the peace? This is not to say you vilified anyone. It's a general question. The Honorable Kawira,
Yes.
would persistent vilification campaigns against elected leaders create a potential threat of civil strife? Assuming, would vilification of the church, the mocking of its clergy, the mocking of liturgies, those acts, in the event the Senate were to find there is evidence to support them, acts likely to lead to civil strife?
I've not seen one.
Chair, I'm not sure that your conclusion has been taken. And Council, there was an application which led us where we are right now. And that application is very clear. And I think that the reason why the governor, in this case the accused, took the stand was to be able to help us dig into this evidence in your own application. And if you didn't take guidance of the chair in the first case, I think it's critical that you understand that you will make it very difficult for us to dig into the documents provided here by the witness and the accused at the same time. You haven't even helped us dig into some of the evidences provided by the governor in volume 1, which is an affidavit sworn by the governor, which has got some very, very interesting stuff that you could help us understand. And so is volume 2. So I wanted just to ask the chair that remember your application and try to stick to application in the next 30 minutes that you still remain with.
Thank you, the Senator of Migori. Yes, Senator of Nairobi, I see your light.
Yeah, Chair, with the greatest respect to my colleague from Migori, this case is the Assembly's case. I wish that we would allow them to prosecute that case in the manner in which they would like, in the event that they do not touch on any of the documentation they have supplied us, they don't speak to the facts that they have alleged, they don't tell us the truth or point us to where we can see the truth of their assertions. That is their funeral. Chair, in the interest of time, I am not a morning person and I'm not also a night person. In the interest of moving the proceedings forward, let's allow the Assembly to conclude their case.
Very well put. We do not have any luxury or responsibility, Council, to teach you law. You keep on laying in your bed.
Let's go to
You're
paragraph
going to
3.
lie in it.
Let's go to paragraph 3 of your affidavit, Honorable Governor.
Which page?
It is at page 15 of your volume, of your response. That would be volume 1. Please confirm that it is you, not the Assembly, who has paragraph 3 has introduced the gender issue. Correct or incorrect?
Page 15.
At paragraph 3. Repeated at paragraph 11 and paragraph 15.
The one that reads my election to the position of the governor of Meru County, the August 2022 general elections, was culmination of a long journey with unprecedented challenges, having campaigned on an independent ticket and being a woman in a field ordinarily dominated by men.
It is you who claims gender issues in that paragraph as read with paragraph 11 and 15. Correct or incorrect?
I have not raised any gender issue here.
Okay, I'll leave it to the Senate to see from the record whether you've raised those issues. But weren't you, Honorable Governor, impeached by all the women MCAs? Never mind these claims about. Did they or did they not impeach you, all the women MCAs?
The impeachment, to my understanding, does not either look at the gender of a person.
My question is simple. Did the women MCAs of the Meru County Assembly vote in support of the impeachment motion?
Yes, they did.
Good. All of them, isn't it?
Yes.
Good. You say in paragraph, I'm trying to see the paragraph, Chair, 9 to 10 of your affidavit, that there is a power matrix in which the minority and the majority have joined hands to hound you out of office. Is that the position you've taken in those paragraphs?
Yes.
Are you aware, Honorable Governor, that the Meru County Assembly has 5 independent MCAs?
Yes, I'm aware.
Did those independent MCAs vote in favor of the impeachment motion?
Yes, they did.
Would I be correct to say there are several political parties represented in the Meru County Assembly?
There are several.
Specifically, UDA, BAS, Jubilee, PNU, NOPEO, and DP. Correct or incorrect?
Yes, correct.
Yes, Senator.
What the council has mentioned about the governor talking about being elected in an unprecedented situation as a woman, page 15, you mentioned that, paragraph 15. But really, Chair, isn't this one a statement of fact? Because in the Meru community, do we have elected women MCAs? Do we have elected women members of parliament apart from the women representative? She's among the very few governors who've been elected in Kenya as a woman. I mean, give credit where it's due. She's not glossing over it. It's a fact.
Very good. Members, I can see lights are starting to come.
Yes,
Are we able to hold on just a little bit? He was about to finish. Let me not rule you out of order, but I say your points will be properly articulated. He's just on the winding curve. Yeah? Let him just. Council, you conclude because your time is up. Then members, you will follow it up. You'll then throw your issues.
That 9 of your affidavit and paragraph that there have been various efforts by various entities to resolve this crisis, ranging from the church to during check council of governors and whatnot. Isn't that correct?
It is correct.
Have these efforts succeeded so far?
Some have succeeded.
But if the efforts by all these players have not resolved the problem in Meru, doesn't it then leave impeachment as the only way out?
Problems are not solved in a day. I think the few months that I've been in office is a short duration. And I think it's good to give our issues time, and I believe all will be resolved well.
You said the previous governor equally appointed his spouse to certain offices, right?
Yes.
Let's go to page 27 of your volume 2. I put it to you, Governor, that this Gazette notice on its face says, refers to a decision by the County Executive Committee of Meru and not a decision by the then Governor of Meru.
Yes.
It is therefore incorrect for you to suggest that the former governor appointed his spouse. If she was appointed, the person who appointed is the one the Gazette notice says made the decision, which is County Executive Committee.
The pronouncements were made by the governor himself.
Order, Governor. Don't respond. Because on page 11, that Gazette note is not what the governor is, what the council is saying. He knows the English language.
Can you read for us page 27 where it reads?
Council, you know English. The Honorable His Excellency Kreito is saying in this Gazette notice that pursuant to a decision by the CC Committee on 22nd of March 2018 establishing Meru Toweza program and in exercises of powers conferred by section 32L of the County Government Act, I, Kreito Murungi, Governor of County of Meru, and purpose of that, appoint. It is the governor appointing. It is not the CC. Don't confuse the witness, because you know that English, you know that is, you are out of order.
Chair, I'll leave it.
Witness,
I'll leave it to the chair.
Witness, don't respond.
I'll leave it, Chair, because it's a question of interpretation and we may differ on that. So that I don't waste my time unnecessarily. Honorable Governor.
Hold on. Members, on this issue, anybody wants to enter it? We proceed? Yes, it's done.
Please confirm, Honorable Governor, that in your volume 2, most, if not all, the documents you have placed before the Senate are dated before the date of the impeachment motion.
Which document?
You know, I'm trying to go in summary so that would you confirm to me, Honorable Governor, if you want us to go them one by one, very quickly. All the transcripts attached to your volume 2 of various videos refer to videos that were in existence as at the date of the impeachment motion before the Senate.
Some were earlier.
Yes, we know, of
Before
course,
the
a few were not available, but would I not be correct to say most of them were available as at the date of the impeachment motion? These videos you have transcribed, were they in existence as at 5th December 2022?
Some of them.
Some of them.
Yes.
The document at page 27, was it in existence as at that date?
Let me check.
It's a 2018 document. Page 27 of your volume 2.
It is the same Meru to
Yes. The question was it in existence as at 5th December when the notice of the impeachment motion was given?
It was.
Same to the document at page 42. Please confirm. It was in existence. It predates 5th December. True or untrue?
Yes, this one is dated 31st October.
Great. Same for the document at page 51. True or untrue?
This is 23rd November.
It is before the date of the impeachment motion before this Honorable Senate. Correct or incorrect?
Before.
Let's go to the lease. Are you aware, Governor, that ownership is only one of the many interests in land?
Yes.
So you're aware, besides ownership, is an interest recognized in law. You're aware a leasehold is an interest recognized in law.
Yes.
This document at page 113 of your volume 2 at paragraph B, does it show the Catholic Church as an interest in this property known to the law?
113 paragraph.
B. The document is a lease, isn't it?
It is a lease agreement.
Is a leasehold an interest recognized by law?
Yes, it is recognized by law.
This document, therefore, would not justify the accusations you made against the church, because by the document, the church has an interest in this property recognized by law.
This document also affirms that the registered owner is Egoji Boys Secondary School.
Fair enough, but don't we agree ownership is just one of the interests recognized by law when it comes to matters of land?
Yes.
A leasehold is equally a legally lawful interest, isn't it?
For a certain time.
Is this lease valid as we speak today? Has it expired? Is it a valid or an expired lease?
Let me check.
I put it to you, it's a valid lease. And it was
For 5
valid
years.
as at the date of the allegations and the public rally you organized against the church.
It's for 5 years.
Good. So if by this document the church has an interest in this property recognized by law, there can be no justification for the utterances, whether we accept their vilification or not, for the utterances you made in a public rally against the church.
I made no utterances. My work was only to know if the piece of land belongs to the Diocese of Meru or the county government of Meru, which, including the people that represented the church, we all saw that the piece of land belonged to county government of Meru.
Chair, I'm told I have 10 minutes. Please allow me to give it to my colleague, Mr. Boniface Kawira, because there are matters we agreed he would cover. Please indulge him because some of my time has been spent in the interjections.
So, Boniface.
Honorable Chair and the Honorable Senators, my name is Meru Kawira. Honorable Governor, I have a few questions for you. Do you know Caste Micheni?
Yes, I know.
Is she one of the CECs that you nominated but was rejected by the County Assembly?
Yes, she is.
Honorable Chair, I will request the Secretary to play an X20 in our flash disk, and to enable the Honorable Chair and the committee follow through. The transcript is on pages 138 to 139 of our volume 1, which is the impeachment motion.
Kwa hivyo serikali ya mama iko imara. Ndio tuambiletio ila. Ureja kuja next week tutongere tuni kaste tulowote siana peo kujibara matina ambasari bakina ngagiro ambasari. Kaste uongoze hiyo exercise. Tuana antigua. Tuana tena inya ampiga kwa legalisti.
Honorable Governor, in that video, is it not true that you direct one Caste Micheni to come up with a list of beneficiaries for bursary allocations?
No.
I think at this point, Honorable Chair, I will leave it to your interpreters. You informed us very well that you have interpreters of the Meru language. But Honorable Governor, are you aware of a law regulating the issuance of bursaries?
Yes.
What is that act?
It's in the County Government Act.
Honorable Governor, I put it to you that the law is not the County Government Act, but the Meru County Retention Enhancement Fund Act of 2016.
Yes.
And maybe I'll request your council to show you our volume 2, page 67. Our volume 2, which is our list and bundle of authorities, page 67. And maybe you can read it aloud. Section 10 on the top. Page 67 of our volume 2. Are you there?
67.
Yes.
Yes.
Please read aloud section 10 on page 67.
The Meru County Retention Enhancement Fund Act 2016. There is established a one retention enhancement committee for each, which shall have powers necessary to perform its functions. 2. The committee shall consist of the following: a member of County Assembly for that ward, who shall be the patron. B. Ward administrator for that ward, who shall be the secretary. C. Representative from the Sub-County Education Board. D. A person from the Kenya Primary Schools Ed Association. E. A person from Kenya Secondary Schools Ends Association. F. A representative from the Tertiary Learning Institution. G. 3